Hello and a very warm welcome to Grow English Mastery. My name is Scarlett, and today we are venturing into the world of true crime to explore a story that is as baffling as it is heartbreaking. I want you to imagine you are on a luxury cruise ship. You are surrounded by 1,000 other passengers floating in the calm, beautiful waters of the Caribbean. It feels like the safest place on Earth. Now, imagine that in the space of just 30 minutes, a young woman from your family disappears from her locked cabin without a trace. How is that possible? How can a person simply vanish from a moving city on the ocean? This is the central, haunting question in one of the most famous unsolved mysteries of our time, the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. And right now, this cold case from 1998 is a hot topic all over again, thanks to a new hit Netflix documentary series that has captured the world's attention and brought new hope to a family that has never stopped searching. Our learning goals for today are to investigate this incredible mystery. First, we will follow the complete timeline of Amy Bradley's disappearance and the disturbing clues that were found later. Second, we will learn 10 essential vocabulary words that are key to understanding any true crime story. Third, we will master 2 crucial grammar points that are perfect for discussing mysteries, using past modals to speculate about what might have happened, and using reported speech to talk about witness statements. And finally, you'll get some practical tips on how to use this language yourself. This is a story that will stay with you long after the lesson is over. Let's begin our investigation. Part 1. The Dream Vacation. Our story begins in March of 1998. The Bradley family, from Virginia in the United States, were on a dream vacation. There was the father, Ron, the mother, Iva, their 21-year-old son, Brad, and their 23-year-old daughter, Amy. Amy was a vibrant, confident young woman. She was a trained lifeguard, a strong swimmer, and had recently graduated from college. She was smart, beautiful, and had her whole life ahead of her. The family boarded a massive Royal Caribbean cruise ship called Rhapsody of the Seas. They were excited for a week of sunshine and relaxation, cruising through the beautiful Caribbean islands. The first few days of the trip were perfect. The family enjoyed the food, the music, and the activities on the ship. But on the evening of March 23rd, the night before Amy disappeared, the atmosphere began to change. Part 2. The Final Hours. That night, there was a big party on the ship's deck. The Bradley family was there, enjoying the music from a live band called Blue Orchid. Amy and her brother Brad were having a great time, dancing with the band members. Amy, in particular, spent some time dancing with one of the band's musicians, a man named Alistair Douglas, whose nickname was Yellow. According to her family, some of the crew members were paying an unusual amount of attention to Amy that night. Her father, Ron, later said that a waiter had made comments to him saying things like, "Your daughter, she is beautiful." While these comments might seem innocent in retrospect, the family felt they were unnerving. Later that night, around 1 a.m., Amy and her brother Brad went to a nightclub on the ship. They stayed for a couple of hours before heading back to the family's cabin. The last time Brad saw his sister, she was going out onto the cabin's private balcony to have a cigarette. Part 3. The Disappearance. This is where the timeline becomes critical and the mystery truly begins. Between 5:15 and 5:30 8:30 in the morning on March 24th, Amy's father, Ron, woke up. He saw his daughter, Amy, seemingly asleep in a lounge chair on the balcony. He looked at her for a moment before going back to sleep. Just half an hour later, at around 6:00 a.m., Ron woke up again. He looked out at the balcony, and his daughter was gone. Vanished. Her cigarettes and her lighter were still on the balcony table. The sandals she had been wearing were still in the room. The only things missing were Amy herself and the pack of cigarettes she had been smoking. She had disappeared without making a sound, from a cabin shared with her sleeping parents. At the time, the ship was approaching the island of Curaçao. Part 4. A frustrating search and disturbing clues. The family immediately panicked. They searched the room and then started searching the ship's public areas, calling out her name. They begged the ship's crew to make a ship-wide announcement, asking Amy to contact her family. But the crew refused, saying they didn't want to alarm the other passengers. The family also begged the crew not to let anyone off the ship when it docked in Curaçao, so a proper search could be conducted. But the ship's gangway was lowered, and thousands of passengers and crew members began to leave the ship. The family felt that the cruise line's response was slow and insufficient. They believed that critical hours were lost. The official search by the ship's crew and, later, the Coast Guard, found nothing. No note, no sign of a struggle, and no sign that she had fallen overboard. In the days, weeks, and years that followed, a series of strange and disturbing potential sightings began to emerge. The taxi driver. 2 Canadian tourists reported that they had seen a woman matching Amy's description in a taxi in Curaçao on the morning she disappeared. They said she looked frantic and desperate. The brothel sighting. In 1999, a member of the U.S. Navy reported a truly chilling encounter. He claimed that while visiting a brothel, a house of prostitution in Curaçao, a woman approached him and told him her name was Amy Bradley and that she needed help, saying, "They won't let me leave." He said that before he could do anything, she was quickly taken away by 2 men. He didn't report it at the time for fear of getting in trouble, a decision he later said he deeply regretted. The Barbados photograph. In 2005, a tourist named Judy Maurer was on vacation in Barbados. She took a picture of a man and a woman on a beach. Later, when she looked at the photo, she was shocked. The woman in the picture, who seemed to be in the company of 3 men, looked strikingly similar to Amy Bradley. She had the same face, the same build, and even the same tattoos. The family is convinced that the woman in this photograph is their missing daughter. Based on these sightings and the strange events on the ship, the Bradley family has a firm belief about what happened. They do not believe Amy fell overboard or that she disappeared willingly. They believe she was targeted by a human trafficking ring that was operating on the cruise ship, that she was abducted and then sold into sexual slavery. Now, to better understand and discuss a true crime mystery like this, let's learn some key vocabulary. 1. Disappearance noun. The fact of someone or something going missing. Spelling. disappearance. Example 1. The disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley remains a mystery. Example 2. The police are investigating the child's disappearance. Verb form, to disappear. 2. Mystery noun. Something strange or not known that has not yet been explained or understood. Spelling, Example 1. It is one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Example 2. The detective tried to solve the mystery of the stolen diamond. 3. To vanish, verb, to disappear suddenly and completely. Spelling, V-A-N-I-S-H. Example 1. She seemed to vanish from the cruise ship without a trace. Example 2. My keys have vanished. I can't find them anywhere. 4. Investigation noun. The act or process of examining a crime, problem, or statement carefully to discover the truth. O. Spelling, I-N-V-E-S-T-I-G-A-T-I-O-N. Example 1. Despite a massive investigation, she has never been found. Example 2. The police have launched a murder investigation. Verb form, to investigate. 5. Citing noun. An occasion when someone sees something or someone, especially something that is rare or unusual. Spelling, S-I-G-H-T-I-N-G. Example 1. There have been several credible sightings of Amy over the years. Example 2. The fisherman reported a sighting of a great white shark. 6. Witness noun. A person who sees an event, like a crime or an accident, take place. Spelling, Y-T-N-E-S-S. Example 1. The police are looking for any witnesses to the event. Example 2. She was a witness to the robbery. 7. Abduction noun. The act of making a person go somewhere with you, especially using threats or violence. Spelling, A-B-D-U-C-T-I-O-N. Example 1. The family believes it was a case of abduction, not an accident. Example 2. Child abduction is a very serious crime. Verb form, to abduct. 8. Human trafficking noun phrase. The crime of buying and selling people and forcing them to work, for example, as prostitutes or slaves. Spelling, H-U-M-A-N-T-R-A-F-F-I-C-K-I-N-G. Example 1. They fear she was a victim of human trafficking. Example 2. The organization works to fight human trafficking around the world. 9. Cold case noun phrase. A criminal investigation that has not been solved after a long time and is no longer being actively investigated. Spelling, C-O-L-D-C-A-S-E. Example 1. The new documentary has brought renewed attention to this cold case. Example 2. The detective specialized in solving cold cases. 10. Foul play noun phrase. Criminal or violent behavior that results in someone's death or disappearance. Spelling, F-O-U-L-P-L-A-Y. Example 1. The family has always suspected foul play. Example 2. The police do not suspect foul play in the man's death. Now, let's look at the grammar we need to talk about this unsolved mystery. Our first grammar point today is perfect for this topic. Past modals of speculation. When we don't know exactly what happened in the past, we use these modal verbs to speculate, to make logical guesses or deductions. The main ones are must have, might have, could have, and can't have, all followed by the past participle. Must have is used when we feel very certain that something was true. Example: She left her shoes and cigarettes, so she must have been taken against her will. This is a strong deduction. Might have or could have are used when we think something was possible, but we are not sure. Example: the crew might have paid special attention to her. It's a possibility. Example: she could have been targeted by traffickers before she even got on the ship. Also a possibility. Can't have is used when we feel very certain that something was impossible. Example: she was a strong swimmer, so she can't have just fallen overboard and drowned. This expresses a strong belief that this theory is impossible. This grammar is the language of detectives and investigators. Our second grammar point is reported speech. This is essential for talking about what witnesses and other people said. Remember, when we report speech, we often shift the verb tense one step into the past. Direct speech. The sailor said, "Her name is Amy Bradley and they won't let me leave." Reported speech. The sailor claimed that her name was Amy Bradley and that they wouldn't let her leave. Direct speech. The family said, "The crew is not acting quickly enough." Reported speech. The family said that the crew was not acting quickly enough. Being able to report what others have said is a key skill for discussing any news story or true crime case. To finish our lesson, I want to share an inspirational story. The search for Amy Bradley is a story of a family that has never given up hope. And sometimes, after many, many years, that hope can be rewarded. This is the story of J.C. Dugard. In 1991, an 11-year-old girl named J.C. Dugard was abducted from a street near her home in California. She was kidnapped by a man and his wife and taken to a hidden backyard behind their house. For the next 18 years, she was held captive. She lived in a series of sheds and tents, completely cut off from the outside world. Her family, the police, and the community searched for her for years, but the case eventually went cold. Her family never knew if she was alive or dead, but they never stopped hoping. Then, in 2009, 18 years after she was taken, a miracle happened. Her kidnapper brought J.C. and the 2 daughters she had had in captivity with him to a meeting on a university campus. A campus police officer noticed that his behavior was very strange and that the 2 young girls seemed scared. She asked some questions and became suspicious. She investigated further, and the next day, the man was arrested. J.C. Dugard was free. Her rescue after 18 years of being missing was a global news story. It was a testament to the fact that you should never give up hope. It showed that even when a case seems impossible and has been cold for many years, a breakthrough can happen at any moment. J.C.'s story gives hope to all families of missing people, including the Bradley family, that one day they might get the answers they have been searching for so long. We have explored a deep and mysterious case today. Let's summarize our key takeaways. First, we learned the haunting story of Amy Lynn Bradley, a young woman who vanished from a cruise ship in 1998, and the disturbing clues that suggest she was abducted. Second, we learned 10 essential vocabulary words for the true crime genre, including disappearance, sighting, abduction, and cold case. Third, we mastered 2 key grammar points for discussing mysteries, using past modals of speculation like must have and might have to make deductions, and using reported speech to relay what witnesses have said. The new Netflix documentary has brought the world's attention back to Amy's case. For the Bradley family, this new attention is a source of hope. Hope that someone, somewhere, who knows something, will finally come forward and break the silence. The mystery of what happened to Amy Lynn Bradley is unsolved, but it is not forgotten. Thank you so much for joining me for this serious and thought-provoking lesson. Learning to discuss these complex stories is a powerful way to improve your English. Please let us know in the comments, what do you think happened to Amy Lynn Bradley? And please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to grow English mastery. Keep learning, stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson. Goodbye for now.